perform
all the duties
as
police chief
for the city of Henderson.
Nearly 2 years since that day, Henderson Police Chief Hollie Chadwick is on leave, and now new questions about what caused it. Thank you so much for joining us here at 6. I'm Latoya Silman.
And I'm Jim Snyder. Glad you're with us tonight. The city isn't saying much officially, but a source telling News 3 that Chief Hollie Chadwick is being told to either resign or she'll be fired in the next 3 weeks. And new documents obtained by News 3 reveal allegations against the chief. We have live team coverage as we try to sort it all out for you tonight. George Acosta is down at that what has been at times a contentious Henderson City Council meeting going on right now.
Let's go ahead and start with Kristen Drummond. She's live in studio with the very latest on the case. Kristen?
Well, Jim and Latoya, a lot of developments over the last 4 days. News 3 obtained a complaint filed accusing the chief of union busting along with her response. Meanwhile, there's a petition circulating calling for transparency about why the city placed the chief on leave, because one was never shared by the city.
There's not been any reason given publicly for what the chief did that was so egregious.
Frustrating Jeff Crampton, the organizer of this Change.org petition, already gathering more than 1,400 signatures to reinstate Henderson Police Chief Hollie Chadwick.
It just makes no sense. What they're doing is making no sense, except that they've got some other plan, and they've got put the new city manager in there to carry it out.
You think the chief was put on leave because she and the city manager don't get along?
100%. This is a personal issue.
But new documents provide potential clues to the leave. The Henderson Police Supervisors Association filing this complaint in December. The union accusing the chief of union busting activities over 6 months and targeting the president, Lieutenant Charles Hedrick, for conducting business on behalf of members. In response, the chief denied singling out Hedrick in this 11-page document filed last month. Controversy surrounded Hedrick using leave days for union activities that resulted in overtime.
I love that people want to watch us because I will set a good example and make sure I'm doing the right thing by everyone.
Chief Chadwick speaking with News 3's Denise Rosh after taking the oath of office in May of 2023.
All the duties
as police chief
At the time, saying she understands collective bargaining, being a former union president herself.
Part of the initiatives that I put in place is making sure that everybody is at the table and gets an opportunity to be part of the problem solving.
The interpretation of language in the contract appears to be part of the issue regarding the use of union leave. Meanwhile, Crampton questions if that's the real reason why the chief is right now not in charge.
This petition is really to raise the awareness as to what it is that's happening, as well as to galvanize the people who don't want to see another chief change places.
Henderson police certainly have seen a lot of change with police chiefs over the years. Chadwick was the city's 9th police chief in 25 years. She joined the department back in 2002. And like we mentioned, she became the chief back in 2023. Back to you, Jim and Latoya.
All right, thanks so much for breaking it all down for us.
Now we want to get to News 3's George Acosta. He joins us live from Henderson City Hall.
Yeah, and that's where dozens of people expressed their support for Chadwick at tonight's City Council meeting. George?
Well, yeah, while the topic to reinstate Chief Chadwick was not on tonight's agenda item, it did bring out several Henderson residents who voiced their concerns over her departure, as well as their support for her reinstatement. And after all of those agenda items had been read through, City Council member Carrie Cox actually opened up that public comment voicing her support for Chadwick's reinstatement. Now, Cox mentioned although council members do not have the ability to interfere with the city manager's decision or the ability to reinstate Chief Hollie Chadwick, Councilmember Cox stood her ground, voicing her stance against her colleagues, saying she had found herself on the opposite side of council members who have expressed their support to stand behind Henderson City Manager Stephanie Garcia Valls' decision.
This is a sad day for Henderson, and leadership is not about agendas, control, or power.
I don't understand why, out of the blue, it was announced that Chief Chadwick was placed on admin leave on March 6th with no explanation to the public. I know this is a personnel issue. However, as a citizen and a taxpayer, I believe we merit transparency. Chief Chadwick has done nothing but promote transparency, and I believe it's only fair that we receive that as well. On a very
And I also reached out to the city manager's office for comment on this issue, but was issued a statement by a State of Henderson spokesperson who says that this is a personal matter and that no comment would be provided. But for now, reporting live from Henderson City Hall, George Acosta, News 3.
All right, George, thank you for that. And now to just kind of echo a point that Kristen Drummond was just making, there's been a lot of turnover in this position. Chadwick is the department's third chief in just 6 years. Her predecessor, Cedric Andres, left the department after allegations of unfair labor practices. The chief before that, Letitia Watson, was fired in 2019. For now, Deputy Chief Itzhak Hen is serving as acting chief as this current investigation continues.